Mute all the things slowly and carefully. Whoop. Unmute. 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 Everybody's unmuted. Hello, friends. Hello, everybody. Hello. You guys ready to play some We're live! We're live on twitch.tv/calamityjv. I should do one of those tweet things too, I forgot.
So when you ask, are we ready?
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's not so much that we're starting right now, we're just going from the loading screen to pre-game banter. We can start in a little bit. How's the role playing? Okay, let's. Everybody else is a subpar role player. Oh, did you? Ooh, somewhat glooby. Did you guys see that I named the session or the game? I mean. Yeah. Yeah. Session 2. Yeah, it's a really it was a poor choice. Alright. Tweeted tweet. So it's... Okay, what is your... I'm gonna gift you a can I gift you a subscription to my channel? Okay. It looks like they can't hear you, so let me... I don't know why that would have changed, but... let me... I know how to fix it, at least. Do you guys hear now? Just very low levels. Not muted, just very low levels. Okay. Still quiet.
Looking at this Twitch screen, I just look at myself from like a minute and a half ago.
Yeah. Welcome to broadcasting on twitch.tv. Let's see if this volume increase helped. Hopefully not too much.
Actually what I look like. Don't think about it, son. Hey, if you just like cover that window up partially on the left side, you don't even have to see yourself. Pro tip. You can see all the stats and whatnot, but not have to see your own face. Wait, how do you cover that? Just with another window, like I'm using my Photoshop for that.
Just
Not professionally.
Okay, what about now? Oh, what about now? Can you guys hear the party now?
Hey, hello. Party people in the house, let's go. It's your boy Mary, alright, so I'm not a boy though.
Volume is growing. Reasonable levels. Not professionally is like the first thing that they heard.
Oh.
It is quite.
Still too quiet? Gloob is still pretty quiet? Okay, let me turn up the Skype volume.
That's me, I gloob.
I a gloob.
Real life slime friend gloob.
Oh, please don't screw everything up. Let's see if that helps. Let's see if Skype was auto adjusting the audio settings in a way that was unproductive.
Oh, Skype was deciding for itself what your settings should be? That's shocking.
It never happens.
Oh, Microsoft.
You silly goose. Okay, let's see. Still quiet. but audible now. Can just hear them. Okay. It's okay, guys. We'll get there. That's why we started early. That's why dude did.
Saying hoop, there it is. Was not the lady saying hoop? There it is. This is an ongoing test.
Yeah, you're actually. That's helping. Whatever you're doing is helping.
There it is.
Meh.
Come on and work, baby, work. Come on a hoop, so shoot, baby, baby.
Cameron, can we get a little audio test from you? Disaster. How's Ryan?
He's well.
Is this your new character voice?
Probably okay. Probably okay. Everything's probably fine.
Oh yeah, I think that everything is probably fine. You guys are just in the scene of a murder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
Definitely
that
fine.
part's fine.
This is a normal thing that happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
As far as we know, it is.
Troubling.
Music went way up. Music should have gone down. Oh, they're still
What?
behind. Okay, there we go. I think I fixed it.
45
Maybe they
minutes
were
of
referring to
stuff.
my mouth music. That was just so melodic.
The
They were like, "What is
The
this
accompanying-
radio that you're playing?"
the accompaniment to the piano tune of Come On and Jam and
Jam.
Welcome to the Slam.
Hey,
Come on
it
and
does
slam.
go with everything.
It does. It
This
does.
is well established.
Okay, it looks like everybody that we are heard now. We are herded. I'm gonna crack open a fresh sparkling water while we wait. Get ready. So the last session was pretty much testing the waters. You know, I tried to turn that off. I tried to turn the bajooms off. I don't know how to.
What are bajooms?
The bits. Orlando Gloop. Okay.
Look at all these awesome people.
They are awesome people. I agree. See, this is why I started early today, because I was like, I know I'm not going to just get everything out of the gate, but at least I can be unmuted when we start.
I'm gonna take advantage of this and go grab something to drink,
Do it.
if that's
fair.
okay. Okay.
Do it. Do it. Okay, let's see if that helped the alerts, which is to turn them off. I super appreciate your guys' resubs, bits, cheers, everything during this stream. I just don't want it to interrupt the story. This is really for the story. And so, while it's great to cheer along and have a good time, nope,
This is
Oh yeah, I
a
guess you
wonderful
can't really
place with
adjust the
good
volume of
people's
them and
daily
whatnot.
days.
yeah, I
By
can't.
default, it's like, here's a giant rotating orb. Bam!
Yeah. It doesn't just have like a stop working button, like just an unstreamlabs. I know how I can do this though, actually.
I could swear Streamlabs has an option for that.
I don't know what to think.
I think you can enable it on, where is it? What the fella saying? Whoop, there it is. Where's my Streamlabs?
Okay, I think hopefully Streamlabs will be quiet now. So Streamlabs, good. Have my mod chat up. Got my Photoshop window up. Got Skype up. Jiffy, thank you for 15 months. This is a good place with good peoples. Well, you're a good place with good peoples. So there.
15 months?
Yeah! That's so many months!
I didn't even know it was a possible thing.
I didn't know how many months. That's like older than Gloob. Almost. It's almost older than Gloob.
Yeah, it's most of our life, as we know it.
Life as we know it.
Space.
Okay. How are you feeling? I know we're still before the 6:30 time. I think I was saying 6, so we're closer to 6:30 than 6. Should we get started? Do a little like recap. I'll recap last session.
I'm ready.
Sounds good.
You asking us, or are you asking the people?
I'm just sort of asking the universe, honestly, at this
We're
stage.
all human after all. We're all people.
Are we? You're a slime.
I'm ready when you are.
All right. So in chat, you will see there are commands that have all of the character sheets that have the story thus far. I have a bunch of different. I have like a little introduction to the setting one that they're all in my Patreon post from a little bit ago too, from like 20 minutes ago. So that's where all the backstory lives. But let me pull up my correct window. Let's first introduce our characters, our players. On the top of the stack, we have Gloob, who is played by Mary Cagle.
Hello.
Our slime friend. Then we have Jason, who does not use the internet ever, and is borrowing this computer.
I use the internet.
He's never touched a computer before, and therefore doesn't have Twitter or Twitch. But he's playing Orlando Greenthumb,
A very appropriate character.
our farmer. And then we have Cam, the commander, who is playing Ryan, our chaos researcher / magician of some variety. And then there's me. I'm telling a story. Trying to, at least. These people are helping me. I'm Jamie. Last session, so in the very, very first session, since we're still really early in the story, I can kind of do a full recap. So I'm gonna real quick introduce the society again, in case this is your first time. It'll be super quick. And then give a recap of the last 2 sessions, and then we'll get started. So, welcome to the Society for the Preservation of Arcane Mastery. Here you can find people from every part of every spectrum, researching, adventuring, creating art and science meshed with magic. Anyone of magical origin or interest is welcome, as long as they follow the only rule: harm none, do as ye will. The Society isn't a ruling authority and is not responsible for holding people accountable for their arcane use. Wisdom dictates a certain level of morality and respect, as the consequences for doing harm can be infinitely unpleasant thanks to the self-regulating equalizer of magic. On a cultural scale, the Society is relatively modern. That's not true anymore. Don't listen to that. I did a bunch of world building in between the last session and this session because I wanted to see what our characters did. So the last time in the tavern, or in the first session, session 0, I guess, in a tavern near the Society for the Protection of Arcane Mastery, 2 students get into a loud fight over academic issues. Ryan, a chaos mage, steps in to defuse the situation, but encounters trouble until slime girl Gloob physically enters the altercation, and visiting farmer Orlando Greenthumb talks down angry parties. Thus begins our adventure. And then, after the fight between Brandon and Clog at the Cask and Trotter, Ryan, Gloob, and Orlando are awakened the next day by Detective Whitaker of the Society's Detective Service, and are taken in for questioning. There they learn that Brandon was murdered in Clog's office, and the 3, now cleared of suspicion, are asked to assist in the investigation. In Clog's office, along with Clog, Detective Whitaker and Constable Franklin, they find that Clog's research into the source and nature of magic has been stolen, except for a mysterious obsidian box and the key to open it. Clog himself does not know the contents of the box, and Brandon was killed in an attempt to find the key. Our 3 heroes stop Clog from opening the box in desperation, and now turn their minds to the mystery surrounding this research. That's where we are right now. So,
Our 3 heroes stopped him, huh? I think one of us might have done most of the work.
I mean, a Gloob,
That's
technically.
probably
Yeah,
true.
I did work on that sandwich.
That's right.
So, setting the scene, we have, I should have
It's
left the
weird.
old one up. Of all the things to not have, I just straight up don't have my pen for my for the tablet. Hold on.
Alright, right, setting the scene. Gloob just reached level 100. It was
So
really
Orlando is drunk, right?
Yeah.
It's not.
Orlando's like, whatever. And then Brian was like, wow, you really were the best one all along. And then Gloob was like, I thank you. I'm very humble, but also very powerful. And then she won the game. So
Story checks out.
Jamie might say
Yeah.
something different when she gets back, but I'm pretty sure that's what actually happens.
Oh.
You know, she forgets things sometimes. It's tragic.
So did you guys win the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
cool.
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just lost the game.
Mary
Oh,
won.
No.
Oh no, I'd forgotten about that particular internet crime until just now.
That particular internet crime. I feel
I
like
mean,
that one predates
so
the
did
internet.
It's a bad one. The worst.
Sometimes your headphones just get stuck in your storytelling scarf and you've got to take it.
Hashtag scarf problems.
You need a wireless headset, Jamie. That would solve your problem, I think.
Yeah, probably. There's.
Oh, look at Mr. Tech Wizard over here.
Yeah, I thought you didn't use computers.
Freaking character.
I mean, I'm using a wired mic, so I mean, it's a little bit strong for me to.
You're
criticize
ruining
it.
KFAB.
Okay.
Don't know what that means.
Wrestling thing.
It's a long story. Don't worry about it.
I could link you to some Wikipedia article.
Would you like a wiki link? All right. So let's see if I can get this going. The brush tool, because the layer is locked. Okay, so the answer to that was no. Now it should be yes. Cool. Undo. I have a button for that. There we go. Okay, so we are in a room. That room is Clog's office. Clog's office is in the society. Within this office, if I remember right, it was a little something like this. There was kind of a bookshelf, maybe like a little desk over here, some storage, and the front door right over here. No other doors in or out, no windows. Boop, boop, boop. We have a corpse. Unfortunately.
You made it look like a frickin' blackboard. It's so fancy.
I try. We have Gloob, who is now entangled, I guess you could say, with Clog. I think Clog's going to be a lovely shade of lavender. And then we've got Gloob, who's just sort of around.
In Gloobin.
Whoops. Photoshop Windows 2 zoomed in. Hold on.
Whoa. Sorry.
Oh yeah, we look like one of those gobstoppers with the different colors as you reach the center.
Wait, what? Oh, okay,
You know, like
I see it. I see it. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Okay, I'm just gonna have to draw it differently. Make it smaller. So there's the top of the room. There's the bottom of the room. It's a magic whiteboard or blackboard. So there are two of the party. Here we have Ryan over on the side. Ryan, if I remember correctly, you are just sort of observing. You tried to interfere with the box being opened, but failed at that.
Yeah.
So from our perspective, he did literally nothing.
Yeah, he literally, from as far as you guys can tell, Ryan has just been standing there staring very intently at the box. Orlando's over
yeah.
I
here.
remember that.
Sounds accurate.
And then we'll have the Detective Whitaker, and then Franklin, if you remember, is outside vomiting. He's got his head stuck out the door. He's really having a moment. He's not very good with violence.
Just having a little vom, you know?
Just a quick
Some bomb time.
vom. A quick good vom. So, this is the visual of the scene where you are. You are not all just ugly color blobs. Although Glob
It's a
is
beautiful cookie.
Gloob is pretty gloobin right now. So, what you see before you is the the scene of a very large orc man completely in stasis of Gloob, who is a sentient creature who has just sort of absorbed him and the box he was holding and the key that he had in his other hand. So it appeared that he was about to open it. You stopped that from happening. Now,
I got very frustrated. I was very confused, and sometimes, you know, when you're very confused, you become a giant blob.
yeah, you just blob on something.
Totally relatable.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, hashtag relatable.
So Gloob is kind of the center of this scene right now, and as Orlando and Ryan, as you guys watch, it appears that where the box is inside of Gloob is starting to melt, like a candle held to wax. Gloob is there's sort of a hole forming inside of her, and the box looks like it's kind of ejecting itself out, and Clog is like, he's not touching the box anymore. It's pulling away from him, and he looks like he's drowning, like he's immediately started to panic and freak out and is trying to push away.
Wait, it's melting the box or it's melting me?
The box, where the box is, you are melting.
No!
Ooh.
Like wax.
Ah.
Can I, like,
To a
try
flame.
to pull my body away from it because it hurt?
Yeah, because this would be basically the equivalent of pain for Gloob. This is a painful thing. You have something inside of you that is not supposed to be there.
Yeah, like if you swallowed a
And it's
jewelry
hurting my
box.
bod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hurting your slime bod.
Okay, so yeah, I will try to, like, retract my slime away from it, like, ugh.
So the other thing, before you retract your slime, I want you to know that because you are in contact with the case, you actually currently mechanically you have +2 forceful and -2 clever.
Oh shit.
So this
I'm,
box
slightly
is like
enraged or something?
hulking you out a little bit. Yeah, you're a little bit enraged. And I think it's probably
Already
hard.
big and green.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably hard for the rest of the party to tell that this is unrelated to your previous frustration. But as
The
soon as you
previous
touch the
meltdown.
box, you're like roided out. You're mad, and it's
But then
melting you from the
then
inside.
it make hurt, and
Yeah.
you know, like.
And you don't like. So I kind of imagine you really ejecting this, trying to like push it.
Yeah, we're flexing super hard and crushing grog inside of her body.
Okay,
I mean,
so
Hey. Don't
Describe-
make unnecessary problems for our friend Clock.
describe what Gloob does.
Yeah, the first thing would definitely be to just try to, like, push it out of her body, like send it flying,
Okay.
if she can, the box.
So
'Cause it's like she touched a hot plate, she know, like.
yeah, it's very, very much like touching a hot plate. So when that happens, you guys slowly see the box start to move, and then it starts to kind of like pick up speed as if it's getting pushed through less and less resistance, and then the box ejects out of Gloob's stomach, and we have a moment of freeze frame because Ryan, I am compelling you to your patterns in the madness. So
Okay.
in this moment, chaos is reigning, and your heat vision flips on. And you can see this
Okay.
whole scene in your chaos vision. And right now it's paused, and you and I can decide what because Ryan's specifically very quick reaction, you can't surprise him. This is kind of his wheelhouse, this chaotic moment of
Mhm.
unknown object, injuries. You know, this is what he does. So what does he do?
He catches the box, definitely. Can he change the direction it is being ejected in, maybe?
Yeah,
Oh, to be towards his hand?
Yeah.
yeah, if he's so right now he's just viewing the patterns in the madness, and I think if you're welcome to use your stunt that we talked about before. You can use your once all of the characters now sort of have a daily ability. Ryan is able to both see the patterns in the madness, but also manipulate and change like one critical detail. Gloob is allowed to essentially gloob on something, whether that's like becoming a very long skinny Gloob to get through a crack, or like whatever it is, Gloob is able to fully make malleable her form once per game. And then Orlando can basically diffuse a situation once per game. He can basically just talk people down and go, all right. And you've actually seen them all do this before already. Gloob used her ability to do this with Clog. That was actually her ultimate ability as we know it now. And so Ryan, you can choose to use your stunt. They're called stunts. But you can also just choose to make a regular roll, like a quick roll, for example, to try to lunge for the box.
I think he would want it to just come to him.
Okay. Especially after failing to have influence it in any way previous.
Yeah. I think this would be something he would indulge himself in.
I just like the idea that he would always immediately blow his ult.
Yeah, he just like is the moment
If the
he
universe
enters.
wanted me to save it, I guess it would have done it or something.
Ooh.
Okay, I love it. All right, so Ryan is not only getting the patterns and the madness evoked for him, which is what I'm doing to evoke his high concept, forcing him to act on this box moving. And he's decided to use We'll Never See It Coming, which is his stunt that allows him to just change something. And he's changing the trajectory of the box to fall into his hands. So there's like a whole bunch of rolls you were going to have to do.
All right.
But you bypass them.
Hooray.
Gloob, as soon as the case is out of your physical form, you can sort of feel yourself recovering a little bit. Like, you are injured. There is a spot in Gloob that isn't just getting better. Yeah, I would call it a stress. There's a little hole in Gloob. But you don't feel hulked out anymore. You don't feel overly forceful. Your intellect, your cleverness is coming back to you a little bit. And then Orlando.
Do I still have an orc in me?
You do. You do still have an orc in you. You basically this box just like ejected out of your chest and landed in Ryan's hands. The key is still inside of Gloob and the orc is still inside of Gloob.
Yeah, the next thing I would definitely try to do is like push the orc out of me to be polite.
To be polite, okay.
Did Ryan even have to move, or did that thing just like to
no,
him?
that's with his stunt was that he changed the falling trajectory of this object that would have just sort of like gloobed onto the floor, and he changed the way that physics worked for a moment and brought the box to him.
Well,
Yeah,
when he
so
did
from our
that, I
perspective,
took another
it's
bite of
like,
my
oh, that was
sandwich.
Where's your sandwich, prop?
That sure was something.
I don't know. It's gone. That bread got fully.
Okay, so, Ryan, the box falls into your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second.
You are destroyed.
You are destroyed.
Is
You
it?
explode?
Yeah.
Well done.
It is a
You are dead.
box of oblivion.
And you die.
Holy shit.
It's in the box.
It is literally called the Oblivion Case. Cameron just guessed the name
shit.
of this magical
Ooh.
object.
Yeah, don't open that,
No,
please.
no, I've played Tomb of Horrors. No.
He's played his he has his powers in real life now.
That's
He's too
just
powerful.
really funny that you just like got it in one. So as soon as it comes into your possession, you are compelled again. And you have already used your ability to negate something entirely in this session. You can use fate points at this point, but as soon as you touch that box, you feel strong. And you feel...
Oh, is he also inhulkinated?
Not inhulkinated. I would say more on speed. Coked out a little. Like going. Like, you suddenly feel like you can see patterns like you've never seen them before. You feel stronger than you've ever felt before. You feel like you could just sort of influence chaos itself while you're holding this box. And you want to open
It's
it.
a drug box.
You want
Oh shit.
to open it.
I think I want to use a fate point here to not,
Okay.
if I'm being compelled.
Yes, you are being compelled to open it because it is a...
Or,
Or you could just open it.
Just.
We don't know.
And Clog, right now, because this has happened too quickly for Clog to be out of Gloob's gloobiness, he's sort of like schlepping out, like falling backwards, but what Ryan is doing is happening in a split second before you guys can even react to it.
Right.
Alright, Ryan.
is there any way I could, like, wrap it in something?
You could attempt that. Yeah, let me pull up your sheet. Do-do-do-do.
But he's still using a fate point to do that, right?
Yeah, you'd be using a fate point
Yeah.
to not...
Because he resisted the compel.
Yeah, you're resisting the
Yeah.
compel. So let me edit before I forget. Why does it say fate points twice? It should say our fate points on one of those. Let's see if this works. Well, that was Orlando's. Sorry, Orlando. Ryan just spent one of your fate points.
That's not kosher.
That's not how they work.
Though, you know what? That
There
would be
we go.
another him using that power in real life. I've used the chaos magic to spend your fate points instead of mine.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's why it was. Okay, 3.
I don't trust Cameron anymore.
He's an agent of chaos. Why did you ever
It's
trust him in the
true.
first place?
That's my character.
Isn't it, though?
It is
I-
his character. And Ryan seems like a
I
really
never
nice
play
guy.
Characters.
So, Ryan, you want to... I'm guessing you probably have to do this quickly. This is a quick roll and not a clever
Mhm.
roll to wrap it in something. So,
Yeah, could I use my jacket, maybe?
yeah, sure.
Alright, so quick.
And you don't have any adjustments to your quick score right now. Well, you could use your stunt swift calculations if you wanted to give yourself a +1 bonus, but you don't have to.
Okay, because normally I'm +2. I should be fine. Shouldn't I? Yeah.
Famous last words.
All right.
-2.
Okay, so -2 on wrapping the box up. And that was what you were doing to prevent yourself from opening it, right?
Yeah.
You definitely opened this box.
Just accidentally, though. Just.
Yeah.
Okay, but he used his cloak, which glued
Chaos.
and left some of her gloobiness in canonically. So suddenly that glue becomes sentient and saves her.
That's actually really interesting. Okay.
You're not a Capri Sun commercial from the early '90s. Nuh-uh.
No. That's kind of how I envision Gloob sometimes. Okay. So, you see Ryan sort of catch this thing. You know what? Ryan, you can't open the box. You don't have the key.
I did save the day. You're welcome, everybody.
Bum, ba,
So what Ryan
bum.
is doing is not opening the box, but is reaching inside of Gloob, basically at this point against his will. Like, chaos has taken over. Something is wrong. Like, Ryan's normal meanderings in chaos are very benevolent and not particularly, like,
He was
punch
nice
your
guy.
friend to get a key. But now, you're moving of your own volition, and you have tried to grab this key out of Gloob. Gloob, I think you get a chance.
He's just trying to reach in with his hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I resist that shit?
Yeah, you can try to forceful and sort of flex him away. And this is, like, really uncharacteristic of Ryan. You are all, especially
Yeah,
Ryan,
Ask permission
Extremely
first.
Yeah, that would definitely
Jeez.
make me, like, super genuinely uncomfortable.
I imagine Ryan's facial expression is somewhat what Cameron's is right now, which is to say, I have no idea why this is happening or what is happening. Oh God.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to, I guess, forceful?
I think, Ryan, for you, the only element that
Mhm.
chaos has never really touched before, in your eyes, is your own will. So to you, this is the idea of chaos directly contacting your will. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's sort of what you feel. Like,
Okay.
Gloob, you want to do a forceful roll, you said?
Yeah, I want to do a forceful roll to be like, no bad touch.
No bad touch. Okay.
It's kind of kung fu pain to bounce him off of you.
Yeah.
Uh.
Okay, you've
Wait,
got
so
a
that's
plus
it's 4
3.
dice, right?
Yeah, 4 dice, and you've got a 3 to forceful.
It's my best skill. Phew, you don't mess with Gloob. plus, nothing plus. That's a 6.
Holy crap. Okay. So, Ryan
He
sort of
touched Ryan
reaches
as he's flung across the room.
at the space where the key is, and it is like a non-Newtonian fluid, is that what they're called?
Mm-hmm.
Where it just like your fingers are jammed because you expect to be able to reach in and grab this key, and you hit solid glue. Simultaneously, Clog is ejected forcefully from the side of Gloob, and is sort of like splats against the wall and slides down.
Yeah, he farts out the back.
Yeah, he farts out the back and is just like choking and sputtering.
Gloob clenched super hard.
Yeah, Gloob was very strong.
It's like
That
when
was
you
a plus
cough and
6.
you fart at the same time.
Yeah. But the key is still inside of Gloob. Gloob basically like bore down on
Yeah,
the
now
key,
my
and everything else
key.
went kaboom.
Thank you.
Gloob
Ryan
making pearls.
Ryan still has the box, attempting to grab the key, and Orlando, do you want to react to all of this happening in any way before Clog gets a word in?
What is Nice Guy doing? Help!
Well, I mean, it kind of seems resolved at this point if he can't get through.
Okay.
Wait, no, he still has the box in his
He
hands.
still
is
has
that
the
right?
box.
He's being weird and crazy.
He has the
Okay.
box.
Cool guy.
Gloob has the key. Clog is starting to like recover and be verbal again, but just got
Okay.
ejected.
I
from-
kind of want to
yeah.
walk up behind Ryan and sort of between him and Gloob, sandwich in one hand, and just try and smack the box out of his hand with my free hand.
No.
Okay. You've got
I
a
can't.
sandwich in one hand, and you're trying to smack with the other. Okay, so
So I guess that would. I mean, that
you're
sounds
gonna
like it
do
would be
a
a force.
forceful, yeah.
And so I 4 dice.
4 dice. And now
That's a
Ryan.
pass. Is that the terminology? Did I do that right?
This is a plus or a minus or a...
Plus.
How many did you roll? Okay, so 1 plus.
Plus.
Yeah, you gotta roll 4.
Neutral. Minus.
So neutral.
Neutral.
Okay.
Alright, so totally
So
neutral. What's
you're
your forceful?
neutral, but your forceful is 2, correct?
Yes.
Now, Ryan, I need you to roll a forceful as well.
All right.
And because you are holding that box,
Oh no.
That's right. Not gonna be enough.
let me see. Let me make
Plus
sure. Hold on.
1.
So you get
Just roll
plus
bad.
2 base.
Don't make me drop the sandwich, man.
I made so many notes today that I can't like.
Little do you know, that wasn't even my sandwich hand.
That wasn't even my sandwich hand.
Why are you smiling? It's not my sandwich hand either.
Shit. I didn't even know Ryan had a sandwich.
Okay, I thought it was
Because
gonna. I
it's
thought
fine.
that you got forceful, but instead you get you're more flashy and less careful. So you also have a base 2 forceful. So roll 4 against Orlando, trying to smack the box out of your hand.
I got plus 1.
Oh no.
Okay, so I think Ryan actually
Oh
sort
wait,
of
you had 2.
bobbles it a little bit. Because that gives Ryan a total of 3 and Orlando a total of 2.
Yeah.
So it
So
catches
I
you off
assume
guard.
I just hurt my hand.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt too bad. You kind of smack really hard, but you catch the edge of it. You just don't, like, Ryan sort of realizes it and pulls it away before you're able to block it from his grasp. Ryan, he almost tried to smack that box out of your hand. What do you do?
Just light me up. Punch me into gloob.
Into
Ah,
glue.
Yeah,
Everyone's trying to invade my personal space.
It's a pretty
think I would
chaotic
just, like-
scene right now.
you know in D2, the Warlock melee ability?
Yeah.
There's just like hand.
Yeah, it's not a punch per se. It's not like an uppercut. It's just hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
That probably
to the
like
hand.
straight into like the solar plexus.
So you just check him. Okay, so Orlando goes stumbling backwards, having attempted to knock this box out of of Ryan's hands, and from the spot where he's been ejected to, Clog shouts, "Get it away from him! Don't let him open it!" And starts to stand up and move towards
We've been
Ryan
trying.
as well.
He's too strong, man.
He's very
But it still doesn't have
slippery.
the key.
He
Don't
doesn't have
forget.
the key. So yeah, and
My key.
Clog doesn't know that. Clog doesn't know the key's still inside of you. He just got ejected and has no idea what's going on. He's just, the first thing that he's saying is, "Don't let him open it."
What opacity is Gloob?
I want to say like 70%.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on like the area of her body, because like the thickness is gonna be more opaque.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is she
Alright.
like Jello murky, or
I want to say a little more opaque than Jello.
okay?
Yeah, but more like the color Mountain Dew. Like
So gelatinous
but
Mountain Dew
opaque-ish. Yes.
with a little bit of fog in it. Mountain Dew and milk.
now it just sounds like pistachio pudding,
Gross
which you know
myself
what I
up.
might be okay with.
Just
I might be
just a
okay with
giant
Gloob just looking like
pistachio
pistachio pudding.
I like her having
And
more of a
sometimes she's got the
neon
pistachios
aspect.
in her.
That's
Yeah,
really
I feel like-
pistachio pudding is way better than murky Mountain Dew.
I think so. I think so.
I'm just really not okay with that.
I have a problem with this.
I think if that was the description we were going with for Gloob, Ryan should have gotten like a roll to just be like, "No, I'm okay.
Actually, no.
It's fine."
Just
I'm
kidding.
backing out immediately as soon as I see you.
Okay, so Ryan, I think because Orlando touched the box, and for a moment you have control over your will again entirely. You are not being
Ah.
compelled to hold the box anymore. What do?
Drop it.
You drop it?
Mm-hmm.
I totally made you do that.
So you held onto
You're
it,
welcome.
and then you went like this, right?
Take a victory bite of
Kinda
your
like-
sandwich.
And Clog slumps down, relieved, and he says, "Nobody touch it. Nobody touch the box. I know what it is. I'm sorry.
I didn't want to touch the box.
Don't touch it, Gloop. It's dangerous."
What is it? You said you didn't know what it was.
And so he's kind of catching his breath. And as he does that, Franklin pokes his head back in the room. And
Everything's
says,
fine in here, Chief.
and just, you know the animated gif of Donald Glover, right? Coming into the room with the pizza and
yeah,
the
with
room's
the
on fire.
Mhm.
That is Franklin right now. Franklin just walks into the room like, "Okay, I'm ready to solve it."
I'm ready to solve a murder.
And there is like
It was almost
like-
another one.
Clog is like splattered on the wall. Ryan is standing there. The box is completely intact. Falling did not hurt it at all. But the box is at Ryan's feet. Ryan is basically frozen, like in the no touchy stance. Orlando's standing next to him with a sandwich. And Gloob looks like really hunkered down around something.
Oh yeah. I get that.
And Franklin just goes, "What happened?"
I don't know.
Gloob. Wait, if Gloob cries, do like glooby tears come out?
Yeah, but then they like immediately like recede back into
Just
her face.
absorb
They can make
back
like an
in.
endless looping animation of like them going out and back in.
It's like a current of tears. Just
It's like anime current, just like. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I could do like the Sailor Moon,
So-
like, but then they just like go back into my shoulders and become part of me again.
all right, so Gloob is crying. Do either of you attempt to explain to Franklin what has happened?
Orlando probably seems pretty content with his sandwich. He's definitely gonna leave all the chaos explanation stuff to the magic user.
The chaos magician.
Yeah.
So Ryan, what happened?
I don't have the vaguest idea.
That was
There's a
kind of
bad
weird,
box.
man. You like had the box and then you went over and tried to like I don't know, violate Gloob's space, which was a little weird.
It's a bad box.
It's a bad box. It's a bad box. Franklin sort of echoes and looks at Gloob and says, well, can I see it?
Don't touch it, but it's right over
no,
there.
No. It's a
And
bad
Franklin,
box.
Franklin starts walking towards the box.
I grab him by the collar.
Rush over to it, and like I assume it's at my feet.
It is
Right.
directly at your feet. You don't have to rush anywhere. It's directly at your feet.
I take off my jacket and I wrap the box in it.
Okay. As you are doing that, Franklin he doesn't really resist Orlando, but he's like, well, I'm not gonna do anything with it. I just want to look at it. It probably has clues, right, detective?
Told you Franklin is a bad guy.
It was him the whole time.
And the detective says, well, I'm sure not touching that thing, but I do think I need to get a closer look. Ryan, can you put it out on this table for us to observe? And he
Yeah.
gestures to the work table.
This is a bad idea.
Don't do it. It's a bad box. You know it's a
Well,
bad
I-
box. We need it. We know everything we need to know about it's bad.
But
I think Eric-
how is it bad? I take the box over to the table and put it on and take my jacket away.
Clog, as you are doing that, he's still sort of coughing and choking. He can't really like get words out, but he runs over. And as you set the box down and sort of open it, Orlando, make a quick roll.
Quick.
Because he's going to try to dodge out of your grasp and get to the box.
Franklin.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Franklin.
Okay, so I rolled a -1, and then my actual quick is 2. So
Okay, let me...
rolling real hot.
Little do you know that Franklin's quick is 8 because he's a super quick mage.
Little do you know
he's
that
super high
Franklin
level.
has secret powers.
He's a level 20 wizard.
Little do you know, I knew it all along.
Oh, jeez. So he got 2 successes, but is not naturally quick. So, what did you get?
Is that a tie?
I got a total of 1.
You got a total of 1.
Oh.
That's with my +2 quick.
Okay.
My rolls were
All right. So, the case is sitting on top of a table now. It's a black case on a blackboard. It's a little hard to see. Sorry, everybody. A very sketchy Oblivion case. It's very nondescript. And it is now sitting on the table. And as you go, you pull the cover off, Ryan, Franklin leaps for it. And so does Clog.
and Orlando eats his sandwich.
And Orlando continues to eat his sandwich. Oh, hold on.
Ryan feels betrayed.
Oh shit.
Ryan feels actively betrayed.
Ryan will remember this.
So, oh man.
Wait, if we're saying what I actually did last time was use my ability, can I not use it then? Can I not
No,
Armstrong?
it's once per game. So
I am going to try to Armstrong to push everybody away from the box.
push everybody away from the box.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to like slurp out my arms and be like, no.
Okay, so right now there's basically this like both Clog and Franklin are like within reaching distance. And I think the way that this sort of manifests is you just put your hand out and then just like create a gloob bubble over the table, like the whole table, so nobody can
Yeah,
touch
'cause I don't wanna
anything on
touch
it. Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah.
touch. Yeah, so you make kind of a slime bubble over the table, and Franklin actually sort of reels back from you. He almost touches your skin, and he falls backwards as if you had like pushed him. And Clog like comes up and actually like goes to grab, but ends up just and is sort of like, oh, sorry, it's okay, just don't let anybody open it. And he's looking at you, Gloob, and he's like, this is good, don't let anyone touch it. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you, that's very nice. Please, everyone, stop being weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab Franklin. What the hell, man?
Okay, so you grab Franklin, and Clog is glaring
Are you a
at
poor
Franklin.
listener or what? How did you get your job?
I'm worried about Ryan too still, because he was being weird. Ryan, why were you, Mr. Nice Guy, why were you being so weird?
I don't know. The box wants to be opened, I think.
That's super weird.
That is weird.
Very.
But he
That's a
seems
weird
fine
thing to
now,
say.
so that's good.
When Ryan, when you
Mr.
say the
Clog.
box wants to be opened, Clog nods just emphatically. He's
Mr.
like,
Clog Guy, tell us what's going on.
you got it. Hold on a second, let me get my. So you're holding on to Franklin. Clog says, that is the core of my research. It's an artifact that I found, and I call it the Obsidian Cube. And as far as I can tell, it's pure chaos. Whatever the source of magic is, whatever we're
100%
working,
constant.
it's not even concentrate. It's like a black hole. It's so much chaos condensed that it sucks all of the natural magic out of the air around it. It reduces the order in the space around it. And it's incredibly dangerous, but I know if I can study it, I'll be able to unlock the true nature of magic, what it really is. I mean, if we know that there's this pure chaos, then maybe we can distill it or figure out where it's coming from, and he's kind of he's sort of, now that he feels like the box is covered, he's sort of rambling about his research and what this actually is. He's coming clean, because he's known.
But it's making everyone be crazy people.
Not crazy.
Yeah,
Chaotic.
I don't know. I don't understand much of what he just said, but yeah, definitely making people crazy.
It's a big crazy magic thing and it makes people crazy and I don't like it.
And he's mostly making eye contact with Ryan, who would probably...
Orlando talks to himself a lot.
Orlando talks to his sandwich a lot. Ryan, you're mute.
So,
Oh, there you go.
so what does opening it do?
Well, that I
You gotta
really
go
don't
and ask
know
a question
for
like
sure.
that, man. Come on.
And Claude sort of
Well, I
shakes
mean-
his head and he says, I've never opened it before.
Like, what does opening it mean?
I think opening
it's-
it is what killed Brandon. I think he opened
Wait,
the
it made his
box
guts
and
go...
yeah, I think something was unleashed, or the box, I don't know, I don't think it could do that to him himself, but some force of chaos was he was confronted with it, and it must have killed
the
him. It
box
must
was
have
the
been the
murderer?
box. And he looks at you, Gloob, and he's like, I don't know how that could be. I mean, even just now, it didn't look like it took on a strength of its own. It just possessed someone else, but there was no one else in here with Brandon.
That's in character. So what do we do? How do we get rid of the box? I want to get rid of it.
When you say get rid of it, he looks panicked. He's like, that's a powerful artifact. You can't just get rid of it. I mean, literally, you can't just get rid of it. It would probably... who knows what it would do?
Y'all got like a volcano or something we could toss it into?
He looks at you and he's like, what makes you think that throwing something into a volcano would work?
I don't
He's
know.
gonna go
it's
into a
chaos
volcano after
box.
it.
Well, I mean, but it's... And he
See?
sort of sighs and he goes, the box
See where my head was at on that.
will be
We
found.
would have some magical security cameras.
Magical security cameras. So, Detective Whitaker, now that Clog has explained all of this, and Orlando, I imagine you just have a strong arm on. How are you holding Franklin?
Probably a hand on his shoulder, so he's facing me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was gonna ask him why did you just do that?
Okay.
Why did you just do that?
He looks at you, and his eyes are frantic. And Detective Whitaker goes, Franklin, son? You alright?
He's his son? I didn't know.
He's not his son. He just calls
No,
him.
that's
Oh, that's Gloob.
Gloob, relax, Gloob.
Gloob. It's okay.
This is such a twist.
Not this time. Not this time.
This is not this.
Okay.
This is not his
But
father.
you don't know.
Franklin
Yeah.
smiles,
Bad guy.
and you see
I
him.
instinctively take a step back.
Okay, so you're not holding on.
No,
to him
you have
anymore.
to restrain him.
He then goes sort of from a smile to the like he's gonna throw up again, which he had basically been doing the entire time that you know him.
Faking.
And he and
Do
then
it.
Let's
Do it.
throw up
I
a
bet you
weird
can't.
thing.
I bet you can't.
sort of little black ichor starts to come from his mouth, and then he retches, and from his mouth pours kind of gloob-like this slimy black ichor.
My heartless.
Then steps in front of you and starts to form and coalesce into this demonic, evil-looking shape. I mean, this is a demon. It just looks straight up horns and spikes and claws, and it's right there in front of you. And Franklin appears to still be alive, unconscious on the floor with a bunch of black ichor flowing out of his mouth.
That was not the answer I expected.
I didn't know Franklin could do that.
And Detective Whitaker says, "Oh shit!" and starts to cast what looks like a protective rune from your guys' like basic magic knowledge.
So he's just waving his hands around.
He's just waving his hands around, yeah. Detective Whitaker is.
This must come from his mother's side. Gloob thinks to
Or-
herself.
Orlando doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Orlando eats a sandwich.
Orlando throws a sandwich at the anchor.
I mean, you can do that. So now is the time. Now is sort of the
Ah! And then I'll throw my sandwich at it.
You throw your say. Okay, we're gonna say that is the start of combat, of initiative, and we're gonna actually take
shit.
a quick break because I need
Woo!
more soda water.
Hey.
So
All right.
you are faced with a demon. You know that there is this box that manipulates chaos magic. Ryan, you know it makes you stronger but also less in control. The same thing with Gloob. Orlando hasn't touched it. And
I just know it makes people crazy.
it makes people crazy. Currently, the box is being protected by Gloob, but if Gloob's in combat elsewhere, I don't think she's going to be able to also be protecting the box. So,
Yeah.
take a couple of minutes, and we will be right back.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Be time. Do we have a specific time frame? Oh, I can't hear you anymore.
Wait, I think I fixed it. They can still hear me. Well then, hello everybody, we're back. Doing a little bit of turn order housekeeping while we were away. Thank you for your patience. This is our first encounter as a party. None of us have played Fate before, and this is our first actual, like, not just, okay, this is what's happening. We sort of have a turn order now, so roll for initiative has happened. And the way that turn order works, oh, jeez. Guys, I can't.
But there's no rolls.
Oh, yeah, you have to restart the whole stream.
I have to start everything over. I'm stuck. So, the turn order in this situation is actually based off of cleverness. So, whereas traditionally initiative is sort of considered like quick on the draw, they consider the draw being a bunch of different possible things. So,
How am I above Clog?
oh, this isn't accurate yet.
Okay.
Oh, well, I feel like my place in there is
Probably about right. I typed everybody out, but didn't actually.
Oh, you call him Demon Frank? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
But he came out of Franklin.
right.
I don't
so
usually refer to my vomit as
the
one
Franklin,
vomit
formerly
area.
known as Demon Franklin.
It's the demon formerly known as Franklin,
As
Well, but
Franklin's-
Franklin's body is still.
and that's
I
Franklin.
assume- Okay, gotcha.
Wait, the demon is Franklin?
No,
You don't know that yet.
Franklin was the bad guy.
You don't know
Demon
how it
came
works.
out of Franklin, and that's how we're differentiating him from regular Franklin, who
It's
is
possible that Franklin was being
unconscious
controlled
with
by the
black
bad guy.
stuff. Yeah, probably the entire time. Probably
Probably the bad guy. the
You guys
whole
have maybe never
probably
met him.
ever since right before he killed.
time. Tried to tell you, you sheeple.
Because Gloob is looking more and more correct.
I don't think Gloob in game thought that it was Franklin.
This
That
is
was
Mary.
Oh.
Mary figuring out the plots. Okay, let's try this.
Well,
Let's
that
see
I
if
was
this.
gonna say, Orlando's got to be way down underneath everybody else, huh?
Yeah, Orlando
Gloob needs to be pretty low too.
is not the most clever. Neither is Glue.
Wait, is Orlando 0?
Yeah, I think.
Gloob is
Orlando
one.
is not as
No,
low.
Orlando is a 1. Gloob is 1.
Okay, so it's-
I think Gloob is just gets a little bit of a jump on this one because Orlando is not used to magic on this scale at all. So it's probably just sort of like, what do I do?
Yeah, and it happened
I
like
also
right
have
in front of
physical
me. I'm
control
not.
Yeah,
of the-
And you're
and I have the box and the key.
If this was D&D, I'd say I'd be surprised for a round.
I imagine that your sandwich sort of falls out of your mouth as your
no,
first
no,
action.
no. I threw that immediately.
Right, ranged weapon.
As soon as the demon shows up, Orlando.
I have a
screeches.
particular
Be
set of
too careful.
skills. Sandwich throwing, mostly.
Probably threw it with my offhand, left-handed, so probably just like right over his head.
you miss
Or
missed
just
the
like
demon throwing a sandwich. at him.
Glancing blow, just kind of.
You just
and
bonked a
slumps
demon
down.
with a sandwich, with a ham sandwich. Good job. All right, Ryan.
Like in the television show, there like the demons reveal, it would be like forming, and just in the background you would see a sandwich arc over it.
Yeah. And kind of make like a plap sound behind it while it's like coalescing in horrible flames
And the
ichor.
sandwich broke open in the air and fell insides down. So there's no hope for it.
Oh, yeah.
Ultimate,
shame.
ultimate failure.
All right,
There's
Ryan.
like a leaf of iceberg lettuce like, floating through the air.
Floating in the wind like a plastic bag. Ryan, you are faced with a demon. The Oblivion box is on the table. With your chaos knowledge, I'll give you a little bit of backstory on the idea of a demon, because there's not a whole lot you would know. But essentially, they are beings of chaos. They promote chaos. They exist for chaos. Like, even calling them evil is a little bit off. There's not so much good and evil as there is chaotic and order. And they are the chaos end of the spectrum. So that's what you know about them, and then you also know that the Oblivion Box is a chaos object, and that the demon is trying to get it. And you can stop it.
All right.
Maybe.
Are demons... Okay, so are these the kind of demons that like to make deals?
You could certainly try.
Hey,
I mean,
Don't
it
deal with
seems
the
like
devil.
you can't insta catchphrases.
You learned nothing from the recent game Cuphead. You're not supposed to deal with the devil. It's in the title.
And Gloob has like formed a bubble around the box.
Mm-hmm. The box is bubbled, but I think you you guys have already seen that contact with the box melts Gloob, so a demon probably has something that can also hurt Gloob more than like a Brandon punch. But yeah, Gloob is protecting the box. Gloob also still has the key
Gloob doesn't
inside
have the
of
whole
her.
situation under control.
right?
She's helping, but please help.
Do you still have the key in you, Gloob?
Yes, the key is still in me. And I want to say because I slooshed out earlier, I am naked. So you can like see the key in there.
Okay. And your various little monk robes. I mean, she's just a blob, Orlando. Nudity is
Too much
inherently...
yellow, whoa!
Hey there. This is some good jello. That's some thick jello.
Some
with two
thick
C's.
pistachio pudding. Okay.
All right, well, Ryan interposes himself between the demon and everyone else.
Okay. The demon smiles at you and does not act. Clog?
Because it's not his turn.
So, yeah, it's not his turn. So with this, what sort of action are you trying to do? Are you trying to create an advantage over this demon? Again, we're learning as we go.
I'm trying to think how I would be able to do that in this situation because there's like no obvious weapons, I'm going to assume. It's not like I can fireball it. The thing is inside Gloob, so I can't like grab it and run away. And there's like an unconscious person, and then the detective, and then 2 other party members. So it looks like we're stuck in this situation.
Okay.
And that's where Ryan is right now. So he's going to put himself between the demon and everyone else.
Okay.
And try to...
What does he say to a demon? What does Ryan... Ryan steps in between this. It's probably like... I mean, this isn't the most powerful demon you guys could possibly imagine. It's just frickin' terrifying. It's bigger than Clog, leathery, but...
Orlando's still working on There Are Demons.
Yeah.
There is a demon that exists. Someone call Ghostbusters.
He's gonna try to figure out what it wants.
So what does he say? How does he greet a demon?
He doesn't know. There's no etiquette around this, I'm going to assume.
Just say something, man.
Gotta wing it. You gotta trust in chaos. Just say the first greeting that comes out of your mind.
Hi. That's basically it.
Okay.
All right.
That's how he
And
starts
what does
the
the demon
conversation.
say to that?
Nice. Good start.
The demon...
Smooth.
Very
Polite.
smooth.
He's the nice guy.
Clog!
Like butter.
So we're going to say that is Ryan's first action. He is attempting to essentially kind of diffuse the situation before it becomes violent, right? You're sort of like... you're trying to be
To create aspects
charming.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Create advantage.
Let's pull up Ryan's character sheet and figure out...
And destroy it because he's not dead.
Make another character.
Make
That
a
one
new
also dies.
That character dies, and so do all of its children.
That's Ryan, but with like one more N.
Ryan...
And a mustache.
A handlebar mustache.
Very thin one.
I think you're gonna have to roll flashy against this demon. Because you're trying to kind of step up to him and be like, hello, pardon.
That's good. I like that. Okay, rolling 0.
So you have a 1 in flashy baseline. I think that... So for my side of things, so you guys understand as we're playing combat part of this. I know what that demon's like clever is to sort of see through your flashiness. He'd roll against it or have like a check. A +1 is not enough to, I would say, like, stop this guy in his tracks. Clog is next. He
Also says hi.
also says hello. No, he is scrambling to his feet. He is going to lunge towards the table and say, "Don't let it get that box. Don't let him touch it. Don't let him get near it. Get the box away from that thing."
You don't come near it either.
I don't trust anybody.
Everybody stay away from it. You seem like you'd be weird with it too. I don't know. Everybody stay away.
The demon is going to try to exert so imagine this is a stunt from the demon, like this is the mechanical. He's going to exert terror over all of you guys. And he's going to attempt to make the whole situation, make the scene less careful. Does that make sense? More chaotic. So he's just basically trying to assert an aura of chaos right now. He's not going for the box. He's not doing anything else. So that's his stunt, which might complicate things for you guys.
Does it work? Okay, so it's basically like now there's like this weird area effect going on.
Yeah. There's kind of a situation aspect for
I see.
him. And so, like, Orlando, if you wanted to create a situation aspect... Well, Gloob's next. Gloob, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
I say, "Hello, Mr. Big Man. Mr. Vomit Man. I don't know you. But I don't like to judge by appearances, cause you know I've had that problem too. But I just want you to know that this box is a bad box and it makes people crazy. So please don't come near it, and I'm not gonna let you come near it." And I just try to make sure like my body is generally positioned between it and him, and I want to protect.
You protect?
With no T.
Gloob,
Yes.
protect.
Away.
Okay, so
No D.
I'm gonna say that just happens because I don't think it's too much of a stretch because it's Gloob. Orlando, how are you setting this up? What's Orlando? How does Orlando react in this surprise round?
He is still in shock. He is coming to terms with the fact that there are demons among us, and sometimes you will grab a person by the shoulder and a demon will pop out of them and just
Retch
climb
out of
of
them.
their mouth. So that's got him a little troubled. He is going to... Yeah, I don't think talking to it's gonna work. And he's going to move.
You don't know anything about demons. You've never seen one. Why do you think you're the demon expert?
I'm going to move over and kind of move myself between the if there's room between.
So you guys are just
The
stacking
demon-
up in between.
Yeah. What is this? What is this aura doing around me? How is that affecting me? Do I know? Can I tell?
No.
You see strange, just like chaos is increased in this space in a way that like paper is sort of vortexing off of shelves and rearranging itself.
Yeah. We need to grab that box and get the hell out of here. And that's what I'm gonna say, and then I guess move so that if Gloob retracts at all, I can grab the box and
You want the
make
box
a move
too?
to the
No.
exit.
I thought at least
Oh.
you didn't want the box. Now everybody wants the box.
So last session, before we left the hostel I stayed at, I said I grabbed all my stuff, right? Remember that? Which would include, say, like a backpack.
Yeah,
I
you've
would
got
probably
your
have-
gear.
Yeah. So I am also taking my backpack and like opening up. That's what I'll be spending my action
Okay.
doing, is opening that up and getting it ready
Okay.
to receive the box, and then.
All right, so in this sort of turn, Ryan steps in front of this demon that has just ejected from Franklin's mouth. Clog is shouting, "Don't let him get to the box," and is running towards the box himself. The demon is sort of smiling and emanating this terrifying presence, like almost like a fear or something effect. Gloob is protect, and Orlando is trying to create a space in his bag to plop the box in there so you guys can run. Ryan,
Gotcha.
is you. Oh wait, hold on. We lost the detective.
Hmm.
He's the
He's going to
detective.
twirl his mustache and go,
What does
"Oh,
Franklin
why
do?"
I never.
Franklin
Ooh,
is
some more-
unconscious on
some
the floor.
drool
Yeah,
some
he,
ichor?
he drools some
Yeah.
ichor.
He rolls a death save. He fails. Different game.
Detective Whitaker is
he
going
rolled a
to
what?
be doing like an incantation, and you're gonna see it essentially he's like drawing glyphs in the air, and they're sort of tracing in light lines. He's doing some kind of magic, but it's clearly the kind of thing that's going to take him a couple seconds and requires all of his focus. Ryan, what's up?
From Gloob's perspective, no one is
How-
helping.
How big is this thing?
8 feet tall. It is probably it's kind of bodybuildery.
Yeah, that's a big dude.
Yeah, he's very large, and you're looking up at him having just said, "Hi."
And
What
then he
would you like to
laughed
say
at
to
ya.
him? And he sort of grinned and laughed,
And did the spooky chaos thing.
and did the spooky chaos thing. Yeah, your hair is all on end. Like, I think that Ryan's like braid is like lifting away from like almost like static electricity in the air. Like the room is palpably chaotic to you. It feels thick with chaos. 2 C's.
Which actually for you, is that
Like
just
that
like a
chaos.
sauna?
Yeah, it's like,
Are you
Yeah.
just suddenly like at home in here, just like, ooh?
Yeah, a little bit. Ryan probably does not feel so uncomfortable with all of this chaos. To Ryan, it kind of feels like once this demon kind of revved up that chaos buff, Ryan, you're feeling invigorated.
Hmm.
yeah,
That feels like a real bad idea, though. Oh god, should I just wrestling chair this guy?
Ooh! I'm not gonna stop you.
What is your careful score regularly?
I mean, Orlando will
0.
probably have a shift.
Yeah,
it,
Ryan
but-
is not careful at all. I think somebody could probably compel you to wrestling chair this guy if they wanted to.
Wait, is this a
I
metaphorical wrestling chair
grab-
or?
No,
I think you
I,
should do it.
well, you usually use a folding chair, right? But I assume that Clog probably has like
There's probably an office chair, which is even better.
Yeah,
Do
one
it.
of these.
yeah,
Yeah, all
Do
right.
it. You are all coked out on chaos. This
yeah.
guy's all up in your grill. You're not careful. You don't care.
This is in
You're
character.
gonna hit that fool in the head with a
Yeah.
chair.
I like how it started with maybe I can reason it with him or hit him in the head with a chair.
Not after
I
taking
don't
that
have a lot of skills.
all that chaos.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
I
gonna be a
tried-
force.
We tried diplomacy and nothing happened. So
You just said hi and he smiled at you. That's like successful diplomacy for most
You
yeah,
said
he
hi.
knows.
He got you high, and now you're going to town.
Eh,
Hey,
so much drugs.
demons blaze it.
Gloob always
Anyway.
says no.
Hit him with the chair.
break an edge for chair. Ooh. +2.
Ooh, you already have a +2 in forceful. So Jesus. Okay.
Hit him with the blunt end.
Wait, was that +2 with your +2, or
It's
was
plus
that
4
before?
total.
Oh,
+4.
shit. Is that the?
That's like
succeed with
that's
player?
a resounding success. I believe.
Like, you can see the
boy.
reflection in the
Yeah, we
window
can,
behind
we
me.
can-
So hold on. Check them dubs. Um,
So, to everyone's shock, maybe even a little bit to Ryan's surprise, because chaos
definitely.
is reigning here. Ryan frantically
Just-
looks around, picks up a chair by the back of it, and swings it up at this demon.
You heard Palpatine's voice in the back of your head.
Who is God, hold on, who's gonna try to roll
I probably yell, like, get the box and run.
while you're
Oh, I
smashing?
thought it was gonna be a one-liner. I thought it was gonna be like, take a
Yeah,
seat.
come on, hit me with a classic Buffy one-liner.
Take a seat. God damn it, Glue. Okay. See, this is the problem. How do I tie things? Oh.
Oh yeah, because I guess a tie.
Okay, so
it has to go
if
to
you
one side or the other, right?
if you tie, if you're creating a new aspect, which I imagine you're creating an aspect like you're attacking. So
Mhm.
attack
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
harm
true.
the target, but you gain a boost. So I don't think it's really surprising that you don't harm this demon. The chair probably shatters across his head.
Mm-hmm.
And he otherwise doesn't really react. But because it wasn't a failure, you get to choose some sort of very like momentary aspect that expires after the next round. What is the advantage created for Ryan by smashing a chair into this guy's head?
Well, I figure maybe the demon is still, like, forming.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I can disrupt that.
Just sort of startle him.
Yeah.
catch him
Or,
off
like, you know, maybe it's still liquidy, so maybe it splatters a bit and has to spend a bit more time getting
Okay.
coagulated.
Yeah, so it's not fully formed. It's weird glue similarities here.
I don't like it.
But yeah,
Moving
when
out of my
you
steez.
let's say this, when you hit this this demon, it sort of makes like a squelchy dent. Like it sort of and like it clearly does something, and he reacts and kind of winces. But as you watch, he continues to form. You think you did something, like you definitely slowed him down, but he's still sort of pulling up to his full power. Clog
It's having a bad time.
is having a bad day. His research is all gone. Clog is actually going to try to talk to the demon. After it got hit in the head with the
That's
chair.
a dumb idea. Who would try to do that?
I tried to talk to a demon.
Another chair ready for Clog, because we know what's gonna happen.
Yep. Second verse, same as the first.
Clog is going to say, Clog is actually going to say, "Is it yours?" And he's looking at the demon. He's essentially asking if the demon, if that
polite.
box is from, like, did we steal something of yours? He is polite. He's being weirdly, like, it's, I wouldn't say it's weird for Clog. You guys don't really know him that well, but he's sort of gone from this box must be mine to, I don't know where it belongs. Maybe if the demons, I think in Clog's head, he's thinking, maybe if the demons have control over it, that means it won't be out free in the world where it's not supposed to be. He's just a little addled about it. But he, asks the demon if it is his. And the demon is up next and says, "It may as well be. Objects of
that's a no.
chaos are within
That's called stealing.
our purview." And he is going to reach for Gloob and the box.
But the guys are between me and him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, but my back is probably sort of turned to him because I'm looking at you saying, "Hey,
That's
give
true.
me the box."
Yeah, Orlando
but
is.
Mr. Chairman is between me and him.
Yeah, he did just wield a chair. So Ryan is standing with the like posts of a chair. Like,
And
just-
then
Like, there was a lot more chair here a second ago.
yeah, and it did very
just two
little.
legs in the same position.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, now I've got nunchucks.
So I don't think that Ryan is actually going, unless Ryan wants to. I would
Well,
let
did
you.
his mega hit earlier like slow it down or something, or make it harder for it to do whatever it's about to do?
It does not have as much quick stat right now as it would have otherwise. It has been reduced in its quickness, which is very important to it right now
That's all I need.
because
I might.
I might need more. It is going to lunge. Essentially, this thing is so huge, it's lunging over both Ryan and Orlando,
I can feel
Our
it.
carefully placed plan.
and kind of. But it doesn't have
Too
that
tall.
much reach, so it's sort of trying to shove through. And it's gonna do that forcefully.
Wait, is
All
it going-
we gotta be
come
quick,
on.
sorry.
Is it going for the key or is it going for the
It's
box?
going for the box. It's going
Okay.
for where it knows, because I don't think we established that you can't really see the key, right?
Not well.
Not well,
I
like
And
it's
guess
sort
if
you
of.
you
might
like
not
really
even
zoom
need a
in,
key.
you might be able
It's
to
a
see it.
a
Capri
rock.
Sun, you know?
No, I think he's becoming more solid.
But,
Right.
yeah, but that's like the whole thing.
I
solid
feel like I
here.
haven't seen some very important commercials that you're referencing.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to do my research on YouTube.
Terminator 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they used to. Capri Sun commercials used to have like Quicksilver humans,
Yeah.
surfers.
Way
That's
back in the
terrifying.
day. Like, I barely remember.
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember what you're talking about.
So. He rolls. I'm trying to think of how these rolls work. I don't think that Ryan or Orlando are really able to defend against this like attack, even though it's not an attack to harm. He's trying to grab it. But Gloob, I think you can sort of scuffle with him. And
Hells yeah, I can.
don't
forget your stunt. Oh. But wait, what's my other stunt? Because I used my daily already.
She's slippery.
I've got-
Grabbing
That's
onto
right.
slime isn't the easiest or most pleasant combat experience. Gloob has +2 quick against grapple attacks.
Would you say that this is like a grapple attack?
I would say he's trying to grapple your hand, your Gloob, off of this so he can grab the box out from under it. So
Oh, wait, I'm a little confused because like, so it'd still be better for me to use my forceful though, right?
no, you can't choose,
Oh,
If
okay.
I roll
so
quick
he's using
against
his
you-
quick.
and you're gonna use quick in return.
I see. Well then, yes, I will use my she slippery and try to sloosh him off.
Because by base, Gloob has a +0 quick. Gloob is
Yeah.
not quick.
All right. I say no touchy, and I get oh no. Oh, it's a straight neutral.
Straight neutral.
Yeah, so it's a +2 total.
I'm gonna say that this demon, he gets his hand on top of this bubble that is made of Gloob, and you guys see instantly it just starts eroding away. And Gloob, this is
Ah,
painful to you. But as
it's
he
happening today.
touches Gloob's Gloob, it like recedes almost. It flees his touch. And the box is exposed. What are you doing, Gloob?
Okay, so he doesn't have the box yet.
He doesn't have it. He managed to essentially create an avenue for himself to grab it.
Okay.
Or
Then
for somebody
I-
else to grab it, theoretically.
Yeah. So then, I am going to make a case that I want to use forceful to turn my hand dome back into normal hands. I want to try to like push his hands away while shoving the box in Orlando's bag.
Okay. So you want to force his hands away and force the box into the bag at the same time.
If possible.
I mean,
Yeah,
That
this
makes
sounds
it-
not super possible. Okay, then I will just try to force his hands away with my hands.
all right, roll forceful.
Okay, yeah. And I'll hope that someone else will take care of getting the box situation sorted out. That is a plus. Oh no, that's a -1. So that's 2. Maybe he'll roll super bad. I don't know.
He did roll super bad, and you guys tied again. So essentially, what starts to happen is a Gloob demon slap fight, where the demon is trying to get at the box, and Gloob is just sort of flapping
What
at
kind
the
of
demon.
material is the demon thing made of? Is it
Yeah, is he like solid?
is it
like,
shadow or is
No.
it?
flesh now?
He's becoming more leathery flesh-like.
Okay.
He still has this sort of like. He's not like Gloob, where he's drippy or anything like that.
Okay.
He sort of came out of this a poltergeist form almost, and then pulled his spirit into his like physical container here.
Yeah, but his natural state is not glue.
Really big teeth.
Gotcha.
It tracks.
All right, so Orlando, Gloob is now slap fighting the demon. The table and the box on the table is open, or not opened. It's not open.
Then I run away.
It is
Surprise!
open to be potentially grabbed or moved or protected.
Okay. I want to try and use the backpack in my hands to like grab it
Okay.
and like sort of using the material of the backpack to hold it if I can without touching it with my skin.
So you're trying to do that.
But at this point, I guess I'm not really trying that hard. Mostly just trying to get the box in the bag.
All right, so you're trying to be careful, or you're trying to be quick.
Whichever stat's better.
Yeah. I'm gonna be careful.
Okay. Probably a good choice when you're dealing with the Oblivion case. Roll careful for me.
Okay, got a 1, and then my careful is 3, so 4.
Okay. Oh, 4. That's a resounding success. That's a flashy success.
Ayy.
So, can you
It's
describe,
good with style.
like, you managed to pack up this box with style. You describe how Orlando would probably go about that?
Yeah. I'm assuming there's still stuff on the table besides just the box.
Yeah.
So
papers
I'm
and stuff.
probably like a book, because that would have not been blown away by all the chaotic, crazy stuff happening.
Mhm.
So I'll grab that and use that and scoop the box towards the edge of the table and
Okay.
just hold the backpack up and just whoop, and then
I thought you were gonna say I just take some extra stuff with the box. I just go ahead and
Just
steal some more.
all
stuff.
of it in
yeah,
there.
actually, yeah, the book goes in there too.
Okay.
Because
Oh,
you
shit.
know you just can't be too careful. That way,
Yeah.
there's a layer between the top and the box.
It
There's something
touched
in
the
between.
box. You don't know if it's tainted now. Might as well
Yeah,
just toss
exactly.
it in
So it's in there, and
take it to, like, a pawn
tie
shop
tie the
bag.
bag, and then I'm gonna try and get the hell out of there.
there. Okay.
If I have any action left.
I'm
after
gonna
doing
say that was your full action for this
Okay.
turn. And now it is Detective Whitaker, who shouts to you, I can't contain it, but I can slow him down. And he's still doing his runic casting.
Oh, but he's not ready yet.
He's still, yeah.
Still
He
cooking.
takes 3 turns for him to cook his demon
Alright,
seal.
thanks, detective. That's real nice.
I mean, at least the detective knows how to seal a demon. He's not completely useless.
Supposedly.
Supposedly, we'll see
we
if it
haven't
works.
seen him steal no demons yet.
Ryan,
It's Ryan's turn.
the box is in the
Um,
bag.
is the demon, like, you said it reached over me to attack
Right.
Gloob?
Yes.
So is he kind of like off balance, maybe a little bit?
Yeah. He's probably sort of like you're standing kind of under his armpit here.
Hmm.
Stinky.
Smells like sulfur.
I lunge at one of his legs.
Okay. Are you trying to be quick, sneaky, or forceful?
Just put all my weight into it, I guess forceful.
Forceful. All right. Forceful. Ryan's got a 2 in forceful. Give it a roll. And he's going
Mediocre.
to defend.
Mediocre.
Oh,
0.
nope. You basically just hug a demon leg. And he looks down at you.
Uh-oh.
And it's not his turn, so...
He's gonna kick me through a window.
It's entirely possible. Clog sees that the box is somewhat safe now and is going to run over and he's gonna try to kind of like clear the path to the door away, like sort of body check the demon out of the way, and Clog's gonna make a run for the door. So he's gonna roll a quick. And he had a moderate success. He had a success. So essentially he shoves by the other side. Ryan is holding on to one leg. This demon is sort of like now spinning because he's been shoulder checked by the other side. Now he's actually proper off balance now that Clog checked him. And it's his turn.
Bye, Ryan.
Hold on just a
Gonna
second.
die.
I
Alright.
regret
Farewell.
specifically this thing.
He's gonna grab you by the scruff and try to
Oh
basically
no, I
like
don't have one of those.
pick you up
Meow.
by the back of
Picks
the
you up
neck.
by the neck.
He does. He basically picks Ryan up by his clothes. And Orlando, as the box being in your possession, being wrapped up, is clearly reducing the impact of that it is having on the space. Things are settling down slightly. It seems like his power to exert chaos has been reduced a little bit. But the closer you are to that box, the worse you feel. So, you'd feel a little nauseous having, even just scooping it into the bag and having the bag in front of you. The demon, formerly known as Franklin, now has Ryan by the scruff and says, "Let's make that deal. Your friend for that box. Glue."
What? Alright,
I
so
never-
he got the box. Ryan. Well, that means that Gloob is now free to not protect. But see, the thing is that she don't just protect, she also attacks.
She also attack. Oh no.
So she is going to, if he's off kilter, she's just gonna try to lunge at him and knock him down, even if it means Ryan goes flying just a little bit.
Okay.
That would-
Okay, she's gonna try
that
to
would-
bowl him over.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, no.
Ryan is the only one who's about to get hurt.
Ryan is the pinball
Hey,
in this pinball
no,
Roll
she-
those
if she-
dice.
Ryan
If
manages
she fails
say,
to knock the
"I
demon
find
over,
this
then Ryan won't move at
unacceptable."
all. It'll be fine. You want to die, son? Oh, that's oh wait, no, that's a +1. So that is, and I have 3 forceful, so 4. Wait, isn't that a resounding success?
It-
Oh wait, no, but it's a versus. It's different.
It's versus his. So if it was 4 and he had a 0, it would have been a resounding success. But he actually has a little bit of a negative influence right now because the box he was using to channel some power is being contained by Orlando. So you still
Yeah.
succeed.
Yeah.
It's not a resounding success, but how do you... I think,
Yeah,
okay,
so
I
I
think...
just like, and I'm hoping that like Ryan will just go flying.
Yeah, so essentially, I think if it was a resounding success, you would have sort of knocked this guy in a way that Ryan could roll off of it, like, could, like... but Ryan cannot. Ryan gets flung across the room. And I'm gonna say Ryan, like, hits back to one of the bookshelves, and books start falling off the shelves sort of behind him, where I don't think it might give you, it probably gives a stress, probably a physical stress for Ryan. Maybe he's a little less forceful or quick. He basically has the wind knocked out of him, right? You're not...
But the book is called
Injured.
How to Slay Demons.
The book is a demon
How
slayer.
to kill this specific demon right in front of you.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the
Chaos.
My
Too bad you
favorite
already
book.
used your ult.
Yeah. I love that we're
Poor
calling
planning
this
on
stuff.
my part.
Okay,
Poor planning on
so
the Chaos Magician's part.
the Chaos Magicians, careful planning.
Tracks.
That was the demon said, "Let's make
was
a
Gloob.
deal," and Gloob attacked the demon,
It Orlando turn.
knocked him off balance. So I'm gonna say that the demon is falling over. He was reaching for this case, and now he has sort of like fallen to the side. I don't think you completely like barrel him to the ground, but I think he's kind of down on 3, like he's like trying to hold you off. And
Yeah. But
and-
I'm physically grabbing onto him.
okay, Orlando, what you do? You got that bag. You got that box.
And now I'm in just like a foul mood because of it, right?
Yeah, you feel shitty.
Ah, the box of grumpiness.
Alright. Then I'm going to actually is the demon between me and the door right now?
He's on the ground, so no. I think that Gloob's success was getting the demon out of your way.
Okay.
I think the path to the door is closed, but it's clear.
Alright. Then I am going to start running towards the door. I'm going to stop right next to the demon. And
Flip him off.
I'm going to take the backpack and I'm going to swing it overhead and hit it in the head as hard as I can, if I even hit it. And then keep moving towards the door.
No,
if I
you don't
can.
keep moving towards the door. You
Okay.
roll that roll first.
Alright. Okay.
You're trying to hit him with the thing he wants.
Orlando is hitting him with the thing that he wants.
Grumpy as hell, I'm not thinking.
Why are you doing that? Even
That's,
Gloob is like, that seems stupid.
Yeah, and the dice agree. It's a -2 on dice with
Oh,
my
Jesus. You
forceful.
just handed him the box.
Forceful?
That's a 0.
Okay.
Gloob tried so hard and got so far.
He grabs it. With the one remaining hand, he now has that bag, and you guys are grappling for control of it. You were scot-free if you had just run, but he's now got a claw into that bag.
Gloob's like, what? But what? But why? But why?
You don't understand, Gloob.
But
I don't. You're right.
Detective
Have you ever been
Whittaker-
hangry?
Always. It doesn't mean I
Do
get
you ever
boxed
get the
by-
chance to just swing full bore at the cause of it? No. Well, I got the chance. And I took the
When I was a
chance.
slime, I did that with people that I ate. I mean,
So
That's my secret. I'm always memeing.
So
Like it.
Detective Whittaker is finally fucking useful. And you see around this demon a shining tube of light. And he has to pull his hand back and screams and turns to the detective and growls. He didn't seem aggressive towards any individuals before this. It really seemed like he wanted the box. He's pissed at Detective Whittaker.
Oh,
Right.
no, he did.
Everything's fine. That's how careful I am.
Goob's still like, what the fuck?
Sorry, is it my turn?
Yes, it is. Sorry.
We just got.
Okay.
Yeah, we just got.
He dropped the bag.
Orlando tried to hit him with the bag, so
Right.
Orlando still has
It's
a
like
hand on the bag.
Stuck between us, tug of war. That
Yeah,
I'm
it's
Wait,
like-
no,
probably
but it's
losing.
like he had to
I'm
retract
losing.
his hand because of the light tube, right?
No. The Officer Whitaker had to retract his hand. I thought.
No, I was
Because it
saying
was
that the
too-
demon did,
Oh.
but I don't
Well,
think that
No, takes these
I think the
backseats.
demon sort of winces, but he doesn't lose. Like he's you can tell that his hand is through this like barrier under great duress, but he's still holding on to the backpack because it wasn't a flashy success on Whitaker's part.
Okay.
Ryan stands up. Is the chair leg nearby?
Yes,
Go for
the chair
round
leg is
two.
nearby.
Just the big ol' overhand, like right at the wrist.
Okay.
Goob's thinking, I thought this guy was a magic guy.
I don't know
I'm
magic
very
missile.
confused.
I don't know.
I
Magic.
mainly deal in theory.
There's literally no magic involved in this.
Okay.
Unless you're some kind of chair wizard.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah.
Well, I
Fish
mean, he's a
doesn't
chaos wizard, and you guys are in a room full of chaos magic. Like,
She doesn't know what that
Do I
means.
know? Also, like, maybe all I know is burning hands, and demons have DR against fire, so, like...
I don't think that Ryan would canonically know any offensive spells. Like, I don't think canonically you would have any reason to know an attack spell. I think maybe after tonight, Ryan might do some studying. And
Yeah, but
that
it's
could
like-
be some stunts coming into
Correspondence
place.
course.
But you don't, you
Yeah,
weren't
and
ready
even
to
then-
fight. You weren't ready for
Yeah,
this.
be like, I'm not packing heat. I went to work this morning.
Right.
I have
Okay.
my damage wand with me.
Exactly.
I don't own one of those. I
I
don't...
didn't dress for DPS.
Damage control. The
So...
so you're gonna pick up the chair leg.
Mm-hmm. And just, like, two-hand overhand.
Now, are you
Smash
trying
at the
to
demon's hand.
forcefully hit it, or are you trying to carefully hit at the
Carefully.
exact spot? Okay. So roll
Carefully.
yo careful, which is your best stat.
I'm not a careful man.
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm trying not to hit.
And Orlando's wrist is.
0.
Why? Why?
Okay.
Because you're trying to give the box to the demon, you big dummy.
Well,
You're
the good-
misinterpreting, Globe.
The demon,
I'm just trying.
luckily, is not a very careful creature. It turns out that they share this trait of being chaotic beings, and is not very careful either. So, the demon, it's a tie. And I think you bring, I think it doesn't harm him, right? But you can sort of give us another boost. Like, what do you momentarily get in this scene by hitting, like, what happens? And I'm going to say that you can apply that sort of, like, boost to Detective Whitaker, like, maybe his concentration in trying to hold on to the bag is decreased, so Detective Whitaker's spell gets stronger. You can...
Yeah,
I
I
would
would
say it
assume
should
that,
really
like-
go to Orlando getting the bag away.
Yeah,
Well, that's a little on the nose.
I would say that, like, any concentration the demon has to exert on anything other than keeping its hand extended through the barrier is going to make that effort much, much harder on its part.
So
So whatever it's doing to penetrate the barrier and keep a grip on, I would like to, you know, I'm not, like, trying to axe hand,
right.
like, through here.
You basically
like,
just
if I-
smacked this demon with a ruler across his knuckles. Like,
yeah, if
you basically just
basically,
pulled a school marm.
Yeah, like, the effect I'm looking for here is, like, ah!
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
the... Not
And
the, you shall not pass, but
and
if he can go, like, ah!
Yeah,
That
he
would
did
be
a
good.
little. He does a little,
Could you go
and
for me,
he
please?
he focuses, and as you see he's struggling to hold on to this thing, and the room around you, all of that chaos, especially you could feel it like vibrating through your being. His ambient chaos pressure is relieved a bit. And Orlando, you feel a bit more vital. You feel a little bit better. But he still has he's using 100% of his effort now to hold on to that bag. And it's Clog's turn. Just 100%. Well, I mean, that means he's not hitting anybody or terrifying anyone. Clog is going to attempt to dive through and be like the last severing, to actually sever the connection between the demon and the bag and get it in your hands. So this is going to be a forceful roll from him. Oh no.
Oh, Clog, you big nerd.
Clog fails horribly. Hold on just a second.
The bag is now open. The box falls out into the demon's mouth.
The demon, the mechanical outcome of this, Clog failed, and the demon is going to get to create an advantage of his own in the situation.
God damn it. God damn it, Clog.
So, Clog knocks into the bag and into Orlando. And instead of wresting the bag from the demon's grip, it pulls it from Orlando. And the demon can't, like, pull it back through this ward, right? But now he has it in his hand.
This is a shit show.
And Clog is laying face down on the floor. And has probably mentally decided to stop helping. The demon Franklin is actually, because there is that boost, I don't think he can do anything for a round but hold on. So even though he knows he has this bag in his grip, he can't try to pull it through to him or try to run or anything. Right now, he is just trying to hold on because he's trying to focus through the sting of his knuckles being wrapped by Ryan. Gloob.
Gloob says, looks like Gloob's got to take care of business again. and, and Gloob tries to just punch the bag out of his arm.
Okay, so you're just trying to, like, punch his wrist, basically? Because that's all that's through the barrier. Okay,
Yeah,
so you're
just
trying to
be like, maybe like smash my fist down on it,
like
to make
a
him
hammer
drop it.
smash. Okay. Do a I would say forceful?
It's gotta be forceful. That's my bread and butter.
It's Gloob's default.
Oh wait, that's neutral, minus, so 2.
Well, he failed badly. And so after getting his knuckle, he hit in like the same spot that Ryan had just wrapped on his fingers with this this chair leg.
Ryan's like, I loosened that pickle jar for you. I didn't have to work.
Exactly. Ryan loosened the pickle jar, and the demon releases the bag and screams in fury.
I say, don't give it back to him again.
Gloob. I mean Orlando. Gloob is done. Orlando's turn.
I realized my mistake. I feel a lot better now. The bag's not my possession, and I apologize. Okay, but Gloob has the bag now?
No, the bag is on the ground between you and the demon.
Yeah, and Orlando tries to redeem himself and grab the bag and run away.
Okay.
Gloob
So,
is very proud.
probably quick.
Orlando, we need you to come through with this, Orlando. Orlando, please. Orlando.
It's a quick, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 0 plus 2 for a 2.
Two succeeds. I would say that you pick up the bag and you sort of stumble lunge your way, tripping over Clog. There's still guts on the floor from Brandon. Like, it's a mess in here.
That never bothered me.
But you manage to get to the door and have your handle on the door and your hand on the handle, and you're getting
And I
ready
look
to.
back, and I give the finger to the devil like I should have done in the first place.
And you drop the bag.
You roll badly instead of giving the finger.
I just
give
said
the
you
bag.
had a handle on the hand on the door handle. If you're flipping off the demon, you're dropping the bag.
Okay.
Orlando, what the fuck is wrong with you?
All right.
That's in character.
But to be fair, when you picked the bag back up, you got hangry again. So you got to the door, decided you needed one last little bit of fuck you, flipped him off, but then realized, oh,
Yeah.
it's not my hand
Oh,
anymore.
I'll be a lot more careful next time.
Goob says, "You're no longer the cool guy,
Detective.
You're the dumb guy.
You're not the cool guy. You're the
You're
dumb
the
guy.
butt guy."
Detective
you.
Whitaker is spending all of his energy attempting to contain this demon. He's actually going to roll a clever to see if he manages to keep it contained. He does, but just barely. God, he's just he's sweating. His little glasses are all fogged up, and his face is all red, and he's just focused. And it's Ryan's turn again.
Do I know the ward that Detective Whitaker is using?
I think you would know the School of Magic. This is like one level up from putting a circle of salt around you. Like if you deal with demons ever, which a detective probably would have like a training course in it. You learn this basic spell. He's using his CPR first aid level demonology.
Right.
He does not know a lot. This spell is not advanced. It is a very basic containment ward.
Look, I don't appreciate how you're pooping on his spell. He's being one of the most useful people here,
I'm not
Jamie,
pooping
and
on his
he
spell.
doesn't need that kind of crap from you.
I'm just saying that his spell, he's doing a great job with, a
You're doing great,
white bread
sweetie.
spell. You're doing great, sweetie. Keep it up.
Is there any way I can contribute to it?
Absolutely. So you would be, actually, interesting. In what way would you like to attempt to contribute to this spell? Would you?
If I power it up, is there any way we could banish the demon?
I might be asking for a bit much.
Could I reinforce it?
Ryan
maybe?
is a magician of chaos.
Right.
I think you roll a clever.
Okay. +2.
Which gives you a total of +5,
5.
which the demon is contained. Your power feels less, but you can still see so clearly the influence of chaos in the room around you. You can see these bright spots of chaos, and the demon is inside of, he's just like this glowing pillar of hatred inside of this cone. And you don't know how you do it. You never do. That's why you are who you are. You're chaos magic. But you put your hands forward, and in the air in front of you, reversed runes of what Detective Whitaker is doing, mirrored, start flying into the air. Faster than he did it. Almost immediate. And spin around this tube o demon. And it collapses.
Go
Demon
me.
collapses?
It's gone. The entire little the circumference of this ward, the ward immediately just
I was in there though.
you weren't in the ward. You weren't
Okay.
in the ward. He's
I see.
he's a demon.
I
He's
might
a-
have had my hands in there.
Did you? No, he had his hand out through.
Not anymore.
Because I was grabbing onto him.
Were you grabbing him or did you push him?
I guess I pushed him.
No, I
and
wanna- no.
immediately-
So if
No,
you
yeah, because in my understanding of it, I was still kind of latched onto him from when I was trying to push him, and then when I took my arm and blah, I was probably still somewhat attached to him.
was the slap fight the last thing that you did?
The last thing I did was hammering it out of his hand.
Oh, no, yeah. So you hammered something out of his hand. His hand was through the barrier. So you hit
Yeah.
something that was on the
But
other
I'm saying
side.
from before that.
Oh, from before that you were still sort of attached to him and you were reaching out. I see. Okay, so essentially as this thing, I don't think that you are really in it or out of it, Gloob. You are sort of vibrating on the edge of this ward. And it is very painful. If you, like, you hadn't felt a lot of pain in general before this day. You're only 2 years
This is a
old.
very painful day.
This is a very painful day, and it is the pain of that candle, but going through your entire being. And it feels like your world is getting twisted inside out, and then as the ward collapses, so does Gloob. And Gloob doesn't totally lose her form, but I think the Gloob equivalent of becoming unconscious just happened to Gloob.
Yeah.
Orlando, your hand is on the doorknob. Gloob just collapsed. Detective Whitaker and Ryan appear to have just banished a demon.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that. I'm sitting here pulling on a push door, getting angrier and angrier that it won't open. Getting just super mad because of the backpack, or because of the box in the backpack.
Yeah, the box isn't even in your hand anymore.
I'm gonna
Well,
give you
yeah,
a,
you know, pick it back up. Just super tired of it falling out of my hands.
I'm gonna give you a fate point for your stubborn as a mule, because I feel like Orlando is being particularly stubborn in just this guy
You,
has
like,
to know I
invoked that on
fucking hate
himself.
him. Yeah, I'm gonna. That's a self-invoked. Okay.
So yeah, it's probably like another round or so before he even notices anything has changed.
And luckily, nothing's going on behind him, but he is close enough to the Oblivion case that he's hangry. He needs a Snickers. Detective Whitaker. Oh, go ahead.
But I turn around and see that the demon is gone. At the
Okay.
end of that.
Yeah. And Detective Whitaker sort of falls to his knees, exhausted, just drained, sweating, and he looks at Ryan. He goes, "How do you know? How'd you do that?"
Training. No, I have no idea. I saw what you were doing and thought, I can do that.
He squints at you.
On this guy.
And is just sort of like, he clearly sees you in a new light, where before you were this sort of like kooky, powerful, you know, like, ooh, this guy does a lot of research. Now you are like a little more Gandalfy to this guy. Like, your walk has matched your talk a bit more than he expected possible. And it is your turn, and as far as you can tell, the demon is gone.
Ryan's a bit shaky, so he just kind of like tosses the chair leg in his hand and probably fumbles it and falls to the ground.
So he just basically kind of awkwardly fidgets. Like,
Yeah.
he succeeds in banishing a demon, which is way beyond his skill level, and then he just sort of bobbles this stick in his hand and drops it. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, perfect. Clog is laying face down on the floor, having failed at literally everything he tried to do today. And he's gonna look up, and he's gonna see that the demon is gone. And he's just gonna sort of, thank God. Keep the box in here. Don't let it out. Just keep it close to you. Don't let anybody touch that thing.
Well, we
says
can't take it
Orlando.
out of here. Somebody put some kind of spell or something on the door. It won't open. I think we'll give you demon or the devil, whatever it is. You guys killed it or whatever.
Detective
How did
Whitaker
it
looks
happen?
super worried. We're gonna say we're out of like combat now, turn order. But Detective Whitaker rushes over to the door. Gloob, you just had a lot of pain, and a demon.
Yeah, you said I'm basically unconscious, right?
Yeah, a demon just disappeared and it feels a little bit like that thing took some of you with it.
Shit.
You feel weak.
I was gonna say, if anyone is looking particularly closely at Gloob, is anyone? Because you might see something. Because this is the first time she's been unconscious in other people's presence. But nah, probably not. All right, don't worry about it then.
You should send me a message with what I see as the omnipotent.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
I was
Yeah,
talking to the
might be another time.
Yeah, Whitaker, and so I think that the situation is just too chaotic for anybody to really notice. And like, in addition to that, there's a little bit of gloob on pretty much every surface in here at this point, because you have like gloobed all over this guy, and you've got emotional, and
I've been gloobing all over the place.
gloob's just been very glooby today. So I don't think whatever is going on with Gloob's form, Gloob looks so messed up, and they're so not used to what she is baseline.
in general.
They
Yeah,
don't
well,
notice
well,
anything that's amiss.
Yeah, so I'm just like a big old blob on the floor.
Yeah, Gloob is a blob on the floor, a melted gummy bear.
I'll start slowly like shepherding pieces of gloob together into bigger and
Back
bigger
towards
pieces.
the-
Just kind of like goes
area.
around and picks it. So Detective Whitaker actually makes it over to the door, and I guess you probably step away from it.
Me? Oh yeah, no, I like walked back towards everybody
Okay.
else.
He opens the door because he was a push.
Yeah, I don't even notice that.
You think that he just did some really fucking
Oh.
fancy magic?
Yeah, there's that magic again. Wow. At least it didn't take him, half an
Wizards
hour
are
to cast
weird.
this spell.
Oh.
He looks at you
don't show 'em.
and he rolls his eyes and sighs deeply, and he shuts the door again, and he looks at Clog and he says, "You, sir, have a lot of explaining to do." And I think that is where we call it for tonight. You guys actually, like, there were about 1,000,000 ways that could have gone, and, like, banishing the demon was a very, very small potential. But you guys have this, like, chaos magician, and sometimes he has a flashy success at the right moment.
That was
Well
pretty
done,
sweet.
Ryan.
Yeah, that could have gone really a lot worse.
It should have.
Also could have gone a lot better if someone wasn't effing around so much with the bag.
Yeah, I think it
Oh,
could have
yeah,
gone a
and
lot
it-
worse
it-
for Ryan.
If I had done my ult, I could have stopped that shit from the get-go.
Yeah, you could have negotiated
I
with
don't know
a
if that
demon.
works on demons. Could you give it a shot though?
It does work on demons. It works unless I specifically am like, I don't think you can convince like a god of something, right? Like if somebody is if that demon was intent on murdering you, I don't think Orlando's aspect would have worked. His stunt would not have
Right.
worked. The demon wanted the box. So I do think, Orlando, you would have been able to do some smooth talking.
What it would have been, and I had thought about it, was like, oh hey, let's just stop for now, and we'll meet back in 24 hours and start this fight all over again. See if that works, and if it does, never come back.
We'll have some
That was
orange
my plan.
slices.
That's all it would have been.
Orlando. Okay, so... Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
Oh, I was just thinking that, like, there's no good deal for this demon. Right? It's like, how about this? I get the box, and only
I'll
eat
give you. What do demons
Right,
like?
like that-
Turkey?
That's basically
Bacon.
the start of my negotiating. Like, that's its opening offer, and my opening offer is, like, I have nothing to offer here.
Yeah,
I will
negotiating
kill
with a demon would have
100
been
souls
very
and
difficult.
send them to you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that a lot of the things that a demon would sort of haggle with, you guys would really think to haggle with, like souls or energy. But
Brimstone.
yeah, we've got an unconscious Franklin on the floor. We've
Okay.
got Detective Whitaker, who is apparently can do something sometimes. Ryan
He's
and
got
Detective
magic
Whitaker
fucking door opening skills.
banished this demon. And Gloob is in
That's
a
all right.
world of hurt. And next
I'm all
time,
over the place.
Goob's a little all over the place. And next time, we will figure out what they do with this crazy chaos box and the mysteries it implies.
Gloob still got the key, so she's still taking care of business, even unconscious. It's
Gloob
in there
does
somewhere.
still have the key. It is definitely still in there. So
You're
team,
welcome.
everybody, we've got Mary Cagle as Gloob, at Cube Watermelon on both Twitter and Twitch. We have Jason as Orlando Green Thumb. He doesn't use the internet. We have Cameron, who is Ryan, Unarmed Oracle, on both Twitter and Twitch. I'm Calamity Jamie, and it was so wonderful. I had a blast playing this evening. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you so much to my players. Thank you.
Thank you for
Special
joining
thank you
us.
to Greshix and to Coach Harrington. Both of them did a ton of prep with me today and helped me really think through all these plots. And so I really do feel like no matter what these players would have done, I was ready to tackle it, and that is a rare feeling for a DM. So special thanks to those guys, and I will be putting all of the episodes up on YouTube and doing all that good stuff shortly. So thank you, team.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
everybody.
Yeah. Boop boop. Okay. So now we are at the post game. The post game screen. I can't answer every question because I obviously know a lot about this world. But if you have any AMAs, real quick before we're done, if you want to know anything about the world or the characters or the setting, this is the time. Jaybrooks done made some songs. That's pretty cool. Despoiler, I would say instead of summarizing, I would say watch the VOD. But we also will be doing we will have summaries in every, at the beginning of every session, there will be a typed up summary of the previous session as well. So all of those will be available. And there will probably be a vodcast. I think I might be changing my Wednesday morning streams to do a vodcast of the Monday night thing. No, well, I have to talk to Gloob. I have to talk to Mary about a bunch of Gloob things. But yeah, so because I'm essentially adding a stream day today, I now only have like one day off. So I might swap one of my stream days right now to do a vodcast. I hope your work day was okay. I'm sorry it was so exhausting. I can't imagine. Ugh. But now you have a vodcast to settle into whenever you are ready. Thank you to new subscribers. Thank you to Johnny Confidence. Thank you to Hraf. Boosh. Aspects are so this is Fate. This is the whole rulebook. So if it seems like we're pretty loosey-goosey, and I've thought about Roll20 Not Who You Think. I want it to be more freeform than that. I don't want a map. I want it, it's more theater of the mind. I don't really want them to be as restricted with like, move 15 feet. So that's why I'm not doing the like Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds right now, but that might change in the future. Because the character sheets and stuff are all available. They're just not built in. But I'm going to be doing a lot more upgrades, and I'm hoping to have character sheets that I can pop up as we play. Yeah, Fate is, as Tex and Reverend says, Fate is much more communal storytelling than the more structured D20 games. Yep, so aspects are a part of Fate. In order to roll a Fate character, you basically pick a high concept for your character. That's one aspect. So Gloob's she's a slime girl. Ryan's, he's chaos magic. And then you roll, or you create a trouble. So Gloob's trouble is emotional viscosity. When she gets overwhelmed, she loses her form a little bit. Ryan Orlando is extremely stubborn, as you could tell before. So, and it says to start with kind of 3 aspects or so, and then you also have stunts, which are sort of your abilities, the things that you can do. And say one of them had like a sword that made them better at attacking. Instead of having a +1 sword, you would have a stunt or an aspect that said, you're the wielder of this holy blade, and when using it, you get +1 forceful, or whatever. It's super freeform. So aspects and stunts and those titles are really just helping us define the characters. And this PDF is free. I bought the little printed out version because I like physical copies of things, but you can get this PDF and read all of those rules for free. It's really quick and easy to pick up. I know that, like, if we're talking about playing things right or wrong, there's stuff that we probably skipped or missed or didn't do quite perfectly, but the function of this story and this game is to tell a story, not particularly to min-max a party and be able to beat a dragon. So, we're sort of approaching it from that direction. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. I am going to go lay down and let my brain cool off. But I really, really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so, so much for all your support. And we will be doing a vodcast soon. See you soon, everybody!